Welcome to week 12 of the Advanced Sprint Distance Training Plan. We have a rest and test week ahead of us, so at first we'll just shed that fatigue, get some really easy days in the system and get that fatigue out of the system and get ready and primed for some really intense testing at the end of the week. So that will give you a measure of the progress that you've made since the initial testing in week 3 of the plan. And by the end of the week, still we're not doing high volume, 11 hours total, so we're down from 16 hours, so that will feel quite easy in comparison. And we're actually not doing much intensity either. It's just that the testing is very intense, but there's not that much of it. So it should help you get out the other side of this week and feel fresh and ready to tackle another block of training. So a few tips about how to perform your best in each of the tests. First of all, I should say that to get more detail around how to execute the tests, I definitely recommend that you go and check out the video from week 3 of the plan when we first did the tests. I'm not going to go over all of what I said there again, but just run through a few quick bullet points to help you in this one. But the video for week 3 is there for you to watch again, and I do recommend doing that if you want to make sure that you're not missing anything. But the first point that I want to mention here is to prepare yourself mentally that all of these tests will hurt, and they should hurt when you're going all out. No matter the duration, it's always going to be very painful, and you have to dig really deep and push yourself way beyond your comfort zone. That's just reality. So prepare yourself for that, because then it's easier to handle the pain when it's expected rather than when it's unexpected. I also want to say that focus on getting really a lot of sleep and good quality sleep throughout this week. That will definitely help you perform better in the tests as well, and also recover in general from the training load. So this is a rest week as well as a test week, so sleep is obviously really important for that reason as well. Then keep the low intensity work during the week on the very easy side. This week in particular, there's no need at all to push the high end of the target ranges, so just keep things very light and chill, and that will help you recover the most effectively. Then we do have priming workouts. So in the pool, in the swim, we have a priming workout on the first day, and basically the hard part of that consists of 3x50 fast but relaxed, 2x100 fast but relaxed, and 1x150 fast but relaxed. So it's not that much necessarily, but also you do need to realize that fast but relaxed is not the same as all-out sprint, because if you do these as a best effort or all-out sprint, then you will you might actually feel that the day after in the test. So be mindful of that. Same thing with the bikes. We have 8x 30-15s, but actually the intensity is down to 105 to 120% of FTP, so it's a lower intensity target than we had in the earlier block when you did 30-15s. So again, we don't want to overcook you for the test the following day. And same thing with the run, a 10-minute fartlek, where 5 minutes should be done a 10K to 5K effort. So not that much, and less is more, I guess, when it comes to those priming workouts. If you're feeling some more fatigue than you would like going into this week, then skip perhaps one or two of the optional workouts that we have on Tuesday and Wednesday, and consider going on the low end of the adjustable duration workouts, so that you can maximize your recovery. Have a clear pacing strategy as well for each of the tests, so that can be based a bit on what you did in week 3 of the plan, but also on how you feel that you have progressed since then. Of course, you will never know until you actually do the test how well you can actually perform, but still you need to have some sort of strategy and not just wing it. So you need to have a starting point, I guess, is what I'm getting at. So know what you think is realistic for you to do, and then try to pace things evenly in all of the tests, or at almost all of the tests, in the bike test and the run test and the 1,000-meter swim test. As we discussed in week 3, the 100-meter swim test is more of a test where you can maybe perform your best with a positive split, where the first 50 is a bit faster than the second 50. That can be possible, but you still shouldn't fly and die so that you completely blow up on the second 50. And positive self-talk, we talked about mental preparation, preparing yourself for the hurt, but also preparing the positive self-talk that you can use in the moments of pain is really important. Positive self-talk has been proven to be a very effective sports psychology strategy for improving performance. So yeah, have some mantras. You can have some mantras, or you can have reminders of how well you performed in certain workouts in the last few weeks, as just to draw upon the strength that you felt in given workouts. When you're in the middle of a bike time trial, think back to how well you felt when you were doing some threshold intervals on the bike, and how strong you were, and remind yourself that, well, I am the same person as I was back then, and I'm just as fit. I can do this. So yeah, have some positive self-talk preparation as well before each of the tests. And then when you're done, without going into much detail, because the instructions of each test here in Training Peaks talk about exactly how to set your thresholds and your zones, and I discussed that at length in the video in week 3, so you can go and have a reminder and look at that. But remember to update your thresholds and zones where relevant after each of the tests in each of the disciplines. Yeah, I think that's all that I had to say for this week. I really hope that you see some great improvements from week 3, now that you've been doing some really good and consistent training for many weeks. So and this will set you up for the second part of the plan, I guess. And now yeah, things are getting more and more intense now that we're getting closer to racing. And you will head into that with updated zones, updated thresholds and everything. So that's always a nice thing to have, and as well just a confirmation of how much you've improved from the consistent training you've been doing so far, which hopefully you have been doing consistent training. But I definitely trust that you have. So yeah, nothing more from my side. Good luck with the tests and with the week. I'll talk to you next week.